Shampagi, in the studio, leader of opposition in parliament, member of parliament for Budadiri West constituency, Hon Nadala Mafabi. You're most welcome. Former chairman, suspended chairman, chairman, I don't know. Which is which?
It's chairman, because for a chairman, you cannot suspend a chairman who is elected by people. It is the people themselves to suspend watches. But with this government of yours, it can do even the impossible using the military.
We'll discuss that.
I'm still alive, chairman.
Let's start with the question of what's going on in Parliament. I know that the Inter-Parliamentary Union is meeting, opened officially on Saturday, but business has been running for some time, looking at the schedule, and will continue until Friday. From your own appreciation of what is going on, your party president made a presentation to 77 members of the International Democratic Union, IDU, this afternoon on the democracy deficit in Africa. Do you think you've been given an opportunity as opposition members to make your issues known and appreciated?
Well, first of all, the IPU, I think it would have been better for having had space for opposition leaders to participate. In fact, they should have had an agenda, or been invited and asked them to make maybe one joint statement together. But they were not given an opportunity.
Why do you think so?
Well, I don't know, maybe the speaker, so it may be not necessary. But I think that was a very huge oversight. But we tried to push for it, that the leaders of political parties should be given an opportunity, first to attend, two, to also have a statement to tell people what is happening. You know, we talk of democracy, but what is democracy? Is it real democracy or democracy for the sake of it, where it is dressed as democracy, but inside it's just dictatorship? So that one was not given an opportunity. But nevertheless, my party president really today made a representation to IDU, and I believe from there they will see what Uganda is. For those who they may not have given them an opportunity, but now I think people will read, see, will know what Uganda they came to see under IPU.
What are the fundamental issues that he was presenting? Because the run-up to the IPU conference, 126th IPU conference in Kampala, was the demand that you would continue to lead these A4C protests. And you said yourself that you would be at the front of these protests.
Yes, for one reason or the other. First of all, we're talking of, for example, the theme here is, I think, maternal health.
The theme is Parliament and the people.
Yes, Parliament and the people. But the issue, one of the main Millennium Development Goals they're talking about is maternal health. What does maternal health mean? It means mothers should be taken care of. Who are going to give birth, who are pregnant, who have given birth. Is that the case? If you agree with it, I want you to tell me that now there are mothers who are supposed to come to the hospital if they are really provided for. I went to Kabale recently. When I was in Kabale, you get a pregnant woman sleeping on the veranda who is going to deliver. When they deliver, they are brought outside. So what happened? That means our country, our government is not bothered about that. This thing is simple because of wastage of public resources, corruption.
The people who argue and say that when you are arranging demonstrations, processions, and protests in the city, you never think about these pregnant mothers, the mothers who are carrying children to school or from school or trying to fend for them. In the planning, they get caught up in the melee of the fracases that we see between the opposition activists and the police.
I have just come to this KFM. There has been no police. Haven't I reached?
You have.
Likewise, if the people who really bring problems is the police. I can tell you, we have walked to work. Where there has been no police, people have walked and reached where they want to go. Why is it that when Dr. Chiza of Jessica is walking, is when you come up with tear gas? Why don't you give him an opportunity to walk? Why are you saying that people follow him? But yes, he's a leader. Somehow people get attached to their leaders. The other time I saw when they were pulling his car, even motorcycle people started following him. Even as much as they were tear gassing them, they were following. So that shows those are academic, those are leaders which people follow. So you should give them opportunity to do what they want. Down here, I can tell you, if my brother, my mama was tried to walk from here to Ashum in town here, they would stone him. Why? Because maybe people detest him. Let also Hon Mama get up and walk on his own without any problem. I walk in town here. So the people who bring problems is the police. And I think the police cannot get money for operations unless they tear gas people. So why should they tear gas innocent people? Dr. Chizabiasik, all those who are walking have never carried tear gas, have never carried a stick.
Why isn't this discussion coming up under your leadership as leader of opposition in parliament? It hasn't come out strong.
It has. Even one time I met the police, I said, please, it is very bad for you to use force on these issues. Give people opportunity to express their dissatisfaction. And the moment you insist to crack them down, supposing they hide, they do activities under, pressure. Pressure is very dangerous. If you don't allow it to move, now you put it under, then when it gets up, it will do more destruction. I hope you understand what I'm saying. And that
unless you explain what you're saying.
Yes. What we're trying to do is that if people want to express their views, let them be given an opportunity. If you don't want to allow them to express, then they keep them inside themselves and build up the pressure. It could be very destructive for this country.
Often the opposition looks to the government to blame it.
For what?
We need to turn the focus onto the opposition that you lead, especially in parliament.
Yes, please.
Are you doing enough as an opposition, as a leader of opposition in parliament, and as the opposition political parties in this country, to change both the thinking of the people and to get the majority, which is the ruling party, to understand where exactly you're coming from?
Well, I'm doing a much. Of course, as a human being, I may not be 100%. But I'll give you an example. We have been fighting what we call corruption in this country. Say people are stealing money. Money is being wasted. You have been here seeing it. People were not seeing. Now our colleagues in NRM are seeing. That's very good enough. That's why you can see now. We can raise and say XY has gone wrong and people condemn it together. So that's a change of attitude. The population now knows that the reason why they are suffering is because there are a few individuals who are taking their money. In 1986, when the NRM came to power, the President Museveni said, I am going to build a self-sustained integrated economy. We believed him. Most rural